Hello, it's your Gen X big sister here. And I wanted to continue our conversation that we've been having around friendships. And the last several days, as I've been connecting with women online, and as I've been connecting with people in real life, and being able to meet some people that I had initially met online, I wanted to think about some of the ways to leverage your online connections and possibly expand them into a real life connection. And first, I wanted to brainstorm some different places you can do that, some different sources. And the first that came to mind was meetup.com. And that's not really, it's not as good as it used to be. I think they charge money now. There was a time where they didn't charge money. But anyway, check it out. There was a time when meetup.com was a really, really good source because you could meet people based on interests and commonalities and things like that. Facebook, don't sleep on Facebook. I know the younger people are like, oh, Facebook is over, Facebook is out. Well, guess what? Among the Gen Xers, it's alive and kicking, primarily as a place for Facebook groups and a place to share photos and stuff. There's not as much writing going on Facebook, not as much interaction that way. But the ways that you could leverage Facebook to sort of nurture friendships or expand friendships, there's a lot of different ways. First, I would suggest going through your Facebook friend list and seeing, is there somebody who maybe you were friends with in the past, or maybe they were an acquaintance, you became Facebook friends for a reason, did you find them interesting? Are there people on there that you would like to sort of connect with? And if so, reach out to them, set up a coffee date, set up a group date, gather some women in your area and say, you know what, I just wanted to bring together some random women in our town for coffee and conversation, and you came to mind, would you like to join us? So like going through that friends list and checking out what the possibilities are there. Could be somebody that you were friends with before, maybe with a previous job and you've lost touch. Nothing stopping you from reconnecting and restarting that. And then as far as new friends, Facebook groups are a phenomenal way to do that. The first one that comes to mind for me, because it's applicable to me, is I belong to this group, Nomads Over 50, Digital Nomads Over 50, I think is the name of the group. And it's got thousands and thousands of people in it, and it's international. But I am continuously seeing people connect and meet up in real life based on initial connections that they made by sharing posts in that group. I've also seen, I belong to a lot of Facebook groups that are podcast related, like the fans of a particular podcast, and we'll chat about topics that were talked about on the podcast, or, just lots of different things, or we'll ask for advice. It depends on the podcast and the audience that it draws. But I haven't done this before, but I've seen other people have little meetups, have little fan meetups for this podcast in different towns and different cities. So another way to meet people in real life that starts online. Let's see, what else for Facebook groups? Oh, there's a lot of geographically local Facebook groups. So check and see what ones you belong to, and check out your town and find out what groups there are that are specific to your town. And check out the tone of the group too. There's some Facebook groups that are like sort of negative and they just vent, or they're just venting about local politics or national politics or whatever. But there's some that are just sharing nostalgia about their town or events going on, etc. So speaking of events, similarly, checking out what's going on locally in your area. And so Google event calendar with the name of your city or the name of your town or the name of your county. So try a couple different ways, and you're going to see a lot of different places where they have event calendars posted. It could be super little neighborhood newspapers that have it. It could be small little websites. It could be the government, the official website for the town. And so there's a lot of events that are posted that way. And I particularly love to see any wellness type events. Like sometimes they'll post, we're having a sound healing gathering in the town square, or we're doing yoga on the beach, or whatever it is. But it could be, there's some really interesting events sometimes that are posted there, and it gives you another opportunity to connect with other people. I'm not as great as starting up a friendship from the beginning out there in real life. I'm much better if there's been a pre-established online connection. That's just me. I think it's part of the introvert in me. But it has happened. It has happened where start a conversation, we really connect, we go get coffee, whatever. So that's all the different things with events, and Eventbrite is another place to look at events. LinkedIn. Now with LinkedIn, it could be former colleagues. And I do this when I'm traveling to new places too. When I'm going to a new town or a new city, I'll check out who do I know in that town or city, kind of scan through people on my Facebook, on LinkedIn. I check out the Facebook groups, etc., to see, is there somebody that I'd like to connect with while I'm there? So it's another way to sort of get the ball rolling and get things going to make those new connections. I would think about, did you used to belong to a group of some sort? Like, did you used to belong to a book club and maybe it disbanded 5 years ago or 10 years ago, or maybe COVID shut it down? Reach out to some of them. Are there some people in that group that you've lost touch with that you would love to reconnect with? Go ahead and reach out. Were there happy hour groups that you used to be a part of that sort of disbanded over time? Reconnect with them as well. Were you one of the people who during the pandemic you had some like Zoom gatherings and a lot of like Zoom meetups and Zoom happy hours, and obviously when we all started going back to the office and we got so burnt out on Zoom, we stopped some of that. Why not reconnect, start it back up and see how people are doing? Let's see, what else did I have here? Local events. Do you currently belong to any online groups? Like I belong to a few different online coaching groups. One that's massive. It's through an app, but there's a lot of interaction going on there. And there are people who organize local get-togethers through that. And then my other online coaching group is a smaller group. But again, if I'm in an area that's near a place where one of them live, I make sure I reach out. I'd love to hear your ideas. What are some more different ideas, things that we can offer up to other Gen X women around ideas of how to start an online connection and sort of develop it or nurture it into a real life connection? These are just the ideas of how to get started. It's a mindset thing. You absolutely need to be ready for it and need to be open for it. It's very similar to dating because it takes effort. You can't just sit back and think it's just going to naturally happen. And so putting that effort in and putting your ego aside about putting that effort in, that it's okay that you're putting effort in. It's okay that you're the one that is initiating. You have to develop a little bit of a thick skin. I have found that in this case, when I'm trying to sort of evolve relationships into real life friendships, rejection looks different. It's not like outright rejection. It's not even necessarily they ghost you, like they don't necessarily stop returning your calls or anything. It's more they keep postponing a gathering, or you've reached out, tried to set up a time to meet for coffee, and after a while that you just realize they're just not up to it. And learning not to take that personally, that's for whatever reason, that's not too difficult for me, but I know in talking to a lot of women, it is difficult. That there's a lot of women that take it really, really personally and feel like that person is rejecting them You don't know what's going on in their life. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with where they are in their life. Are friendships a priority? Do they have the time? Do they have the bandwidth? Maybe they're going through something serious. Maybe their plate is too full. It's a timing situation. Could be a compatibility situation too, which is fine as well. So it does take a little bit of, mindset preparation and getting in the right place to be able to put yourself out there right like that. But you'll find that it's worth it. I'm doing another live meetup tomorrow with two freaking amazing women who I follow on Instagram. Oh, that's another way through Oh my God, how did I miss Instagram and Threads? I follow them on Instagram. I've met them originally through a coaching group, but I've gotten to know them better through mutual following on Instagram and just getting little peeks into their lives and what's important to them and how they feel about things and stuff like that. And we're meeting up for coffee tomorrow afternoon. I've never met them in real life yet. And I'm just really, really, really looking forward to that. So it's worth it. Just by putting in the effort, you can do it. You are worthy. You are valuable. People want to connect with you. They want to hear from you. And the connection is worth it. So this is your GenX sister, your GenX big sister, God, reminding you, please like and describe. Please like and subscribe to this channel. Now, this is your GenX big sister signing out.